Welcome to Disney Villainous,
where the worst takes it all. And what a way to start with the cover girl herself, the mistress of evil, the dark fairy, which is pretty much like a dark lord to me, the petty woman herself, Maleficent.
Why, it's Maleficent.
Now, before we get into the nitty gritty, first, I would like to give my ratings of how I feel about the character itself and then how they've been implemented in the board. Now, how I rate Maleficent, she was actually my highest rated female Disney villain at 5th place because, of course, one of my favorite games of all time is Kingdom Hearts. And I've always wondered, why was she the best one out of all the Disney villains? Why was she the last one outside of Turnabout? And so, finding out how powerful she is, now we see that she is a very powerful fairy, and also how her story is, you know, she was in love with a guy, and then he tricked her, cut off her wings, and wait, what the heck? Ew, not that one. No, the one is she was just petty that she wasn't invited into a baby shower.
Welcome home, child. Baby was already.
Whatever. The point is she wasn't invited. She got petty and she said, "Screw you, screw you, screw you, screw the baby. Die at 17.
16.
Die at 16." And hey, Pooh Bear. So what do you rate Maleficent?
I had rated her as second in terms of her being an OG villain, even though the first ones were more in Fantasia for Mickey Mouse. This is more for the original Disney princesses that I grew up with. She's a great villain and she shows you who she is.
And you know, I agree because when she came out, I think she was pretty much either second strongest or the strongest between her and Turnabout. But we go to her board now, and the great thing about how Ravensburger made this is they all have a quote. But I have to say, for the first one, they kind of missed, because her quote is,
Now go with a curse and serve me well.
not saying it's bad, but out of all the quotes they could have had,
So shall you deal with me, O prince, and all the powers of hell.
that is the iconic line for Maleficent. So to go on before we go anything else, we'll go to locations. And her main objective is she must lay a curse on each location and must start her turn with a curse in each location. So we'll start with the first one, the Forbidden Mountains. Let's move an item or ally, play a card, gain 1 power, fate. Next we go to Briar Rose's Cottage. Gain 2 power, move an item or ally, play a card, or discard cards. Then the Forest. Discard cards, play a card, gain 3 power, play a card. Then King Stephen's Castle. Gain 1 power, fate, vanquish, and play a card. You're pretty much going to be going back and forth between the Forest and Briar Rose's Cottage, because you gain 3 power in the Forest and you'll gain 2 power in the Cottage. And also you will discard cards on the Cottage too, so that plays well too. And those are your main ones you want to go for, because you want to gain as much power, because you'll learn more about how much you have to pay to play each curse. So the more power you get, the more you can do. That's why, and also with the Forest you play 2 cards, so you can keep on doing what you need to do. And I guess it's discard power, so you always shuffle to what you need to get, because you're not always guaranteed to get a curse in your hand. Now, if you keep on getting faded, it's fine. Her board is pretty well, because there's only 3 locations that she can still play a card regardless. But every other turn, you always want to be at the Forest. You always want to gain that fade. That's very important. When you want to set up a board, you go the Forest and Briar Rose's Cottage back and forth. And if you're getting faded, do the Forest and Forbidden Mountains. Now we're doing the decks. Now, I forgot to mention this in the introduction. There are 30 cards in your villain pile, and there are 15 cards in the fate. So we'll start off with the effects, and she has 2 different effects, but 3 of each. The first one is her Dragon Form. Defeat a hero with a strength of 3 or less. The fate action targets you before your next turn. Gain 3 power. I mean, it's very good. Get rid of a hero. If you get this in the beginning, there's no heroes. It's just discarded. As great as it sounds, it's not helping you at that moment. This is more of the later game. And her next effect is Vanish. On your next turn, Maleficent does not have to move to a new location. Now, this is something you can use because it's 0 power. You get to stay in the forest, you gain 3 power, able to discard, play 2 cards. So in 2 turns, you'll be able to play 4 cards and gain 6 power. And at most, draw 4 cards at the end of the turn next to the discard action. Which is why the forest is the best location. That's pretty much her power, but don't worry, because you got friends, or minions, not on the other side. And you have 4 separate ones, with 10 in total. You get 3 Cackling Goons, 3 Sinister Goons, 3 Savage Goons, and Raven. Now the Cackling Goon gets +1 strength for each hero at his location. So if they want to mess around and keep on spreading heroes all over your board, Cackling Goon could help even the odds to at least take out one of them. Sinister Goon gets +1 strength if there are any cursed at his location. And that's great too, with the 3 strength. 1 curse there is a 4 strength. That's very good. And then the Savage Goon has no ability whatsoever, but it's a strong 4. So this you always want to play. You always want to have your allies there set up for when you do get faded and there are heroes. You can get rid of them as soon as you can. And lastly, the Raven. He costs 3 power. He only has 1 strength. Yes, kind of weak. That's not what you want him for. Because you know, his Raven is pretty much Maleficent's right-hand man. Because the goons, as strong as they are, they're just bumbling idiots.
Are you sure you searched everywhere?
Every cradle.
Cradle! Did you hear that, my pet? They've been looking for a baby. Imbeciles! A disgrace to the forces of evil. My pet, you are my last hope.
Before Maleficent moves, you may move Raven to any location and perform 1 available action at this new location. Raven cannot perform fate actions. No, you can gain 5 power if you want. You know, you gain 3 from one, and then use a Raven to gain 2 from another. Just don't use it as a vanquish. Do not use a Raven. You must keep the Raven as long as you can. But those are all the allies. And next, we will go with the items. Which only has 2. One of each. So first one, go with the staff. 1 power. If Maleficent is at this location, the cost to play an effect or curse is reduced by 1 power. The forest. You want to put this at the forest. And the next is the spinning wheel. If a hero is defeated at this location, gain power equal to the hero's strength -1. The highest is 5. That's a hero's strength is. So the most you get is 4. And lastly, before we get to her unique abilities, we have conditions. We go with tyranny. During their turn, if another player has 3 or more allies in their realm, you may play tyranny. Draw 3 cards into your hand, then discard any 3 cards. You just got a free mulligan. That's plain and simple. It's pretty much a discard unless you see they have 3 and you keep it just so you know for sure it's gonna happen. This one is Malice. During your turn, if another player defeats a hero with a strength of 4 or more, you may play Malice. Defeat a hero with a strength of 4 or less. Discard it. It's only good situationally. And then lastly, curses. These are important. Do not discard these. You need these to win. She has 8 of them. 3 Forest of Thorns, 3 Green Fire, and 2 Dreamless Sleep. We'll go with Dreamless Sleep. Heroes at this location get -2 strength. But discard this curse when an ally is played to this location. Important thing is to read. It says when played. It's already say when moved. So you you can play somewhere else and move it to that location, and that way you have an ally at that location without discarding the curse. I would say put it in the forest or King Stephen's castle. That would be fine. Next is green fire. Heroes cannot be played to this location. However, discard this curse if Maleficent moves to this location. Put it in a spot you don't mind never touching. I would say the Forbidden Mountains more. And lastly, the Forest of Thorns. Heroes must have a strength of 4 or more to be played to this location. Discard this curse when a hero is played to this location. So those are all her curses. There are 8 of them, and you just need half of them. Like I said, she's a mid-range player. It could be as quick, it could be slow, but just keep in mind, always get rid of what you don't need, keep on drawing, and now we're done. Now we're gonna go with her fate deck.
So our 3 main good fairies, we'll start with Fauna, our lady in green. When Fauna is played, you may discard Dreamless Sleep from her location. Fauna can make you discard one of the curses, which is Dreamless Sleep. Her power is 2. Second, our pink fairy, Flora. When Flora is played, Maleficent must reveal her hand. Until Flora is defeated, Maleficent must play with her hand revealed. So if you're showing to your villain opponent what you have, they know your every move. Lastly, Merryweather, who can't live without her wand. Our Lady in Blue. Curses cannot be played to Merryweather's location. Dun dun dun. Her power is also 4. She's the highest of the 3 of them, even though she's teeny-tiny. Next, we have 3 guards. Of course, these are all from King Stephen's castle. When performing a vanquish action to defeat guards, at least 2 allies must be used. Then we have our favorite drunken fathers, King Stephen and King Herbert. King Stephen, when King Stephen is played, you may move Maleficent to any location. So for example, if I were to fate here, I could just go ahead and move her over here. Then for King Herbert, when King Herbert is played, you may move 1 ally from each adjacent location to his location. So for King Herbert, he is basically there to lure you away from your stronger heroes. Last but not least, our Prince and Princess. Prince Philip, when Prince Philip is played, you may discard all allies from his location. If you have several goons in one place, right there, he is the hero in this case. He is the one who defeats Maleficent in the end. And Aurora, or Briar Rose. When Aurora is played, reveal the top card of Maleficent's fate deck. If it is a hero, play it. Otherwise, return it to the top of the deck. So right there, she can
play her, draw for Prince Philip, and what do you know? Bombo combo! And I will say the locations to play heroes, if you just want to slow her down, you will play in the forest so that she doesn't have to play actions and to get rid of her discard. Or you can also put it in Briar Rose's cottage so that you won't be able to gain two power and either can't move any allies or items. Maleficent is bothering you with fates, just put one in King Stephen's castle, block 1, and then put the other in Forbidden Mountains. Because then the only thing you can do is just gain a power and fate, not even play anything. Then you want to discourage people from fating you.
Items. There's only 3 of the same as the Sword of Truth. When the Sword of the Truth is played, attach it to a hero with no other attached items. That hero gets +2 strength. The costs to play a curse to this location increase by 2 power. Effects. Last but not least, the whole love story wrapped up in Love's First Kiss. I know you, I walked with you once upon a dream.
Okay, so that's not the one we call with the copyright.
Once upon a dream, discard a curse from a location in Maleficent's realm that has a hero.
Now you know how the Mistress of Evil works. It's fun deck, I have her above half. Out of 26, I have her at 12. And that, but just because she's she's not even top 10, it's not bad. No, it's just there's like 11 boards that are just better than her because they could get to their objective easily. But she is fun. She's a good one to start. Not the best one, but she's a good one to start to get you into Disney Villainous. And you're not ready for the fun one yet, because the next is the most solid board in the game, where Ravensburger said they would compare it to this board to see if it's too strong or too weak. And that board is Jafar.